Here's the real truth about what happens to your mortgage every time the Fed adjusts policy or makes an announcement. So it is less than most people think, but it is also more than some people are prepared for. You know, the Fed dictates monetary policy and interest rates. And let me recap what's going on in our current situation now. Is we did have downward pressure. In 2025, we had reduction of interest rates. Now we're into 2026, well into 2026. And we thought we would get some rate cuts. We thought we'd get at least 2 by the end of the year. And right now, there's actually an outside shot of interest rates going up for them to adjust at a quarter point for maybe the next meeting or the meetings after that. And it's all really predicated on this Iran conflict. So the longer this continues and oil prices go up, prices of goods and services are also going to go up. Therefore, they need to curb that by increasing interest rates. So it's not the overwhelming majority that believe that interest rates are going to go up. However, I'd say there's 30-40% chance that we could see an interest rate increase in the future. Now, if you're in a mortgage that has a fixed rate, these coverages and headlines are designed to fearmonger, to scare you, but your payment's not going to change. Your rate is not going to change. If you're in a home equity line of credit, that could mean the interest rate goes up. If they have a rate reduction, it means your rate goes down. That's one of the pros and cons of our strategy of utilizing a home equity line of credit is in a decreasing interest rate environment, guess what? You don't have to refinance, you get free savings because it's variable. Variable means change. It doesn't mean that it only goes up, it means it goes up and it can come down. But there are strategies that we obviously teach where you can get fixed rate home equity lines of credit. But again, those folks, most of the people that are watching this channel are watching this channel because they have a mortgage and maybe you're even stuck in a mortgage. So you have a mortgage with a fixed rate and a fixed payment. That's not going to affect your mortgage. Now, it could affect the things in the economy around you and also affect you. Like, for instance, if you have credit cards, if you have other variable rate loans, those things could get more expensive. So there are really 3 things that we need to focus on when we see these headlines and the Fed has a new announcement. Number 1, pull your numbers, know your numbers. This is basic budgeting 101. How much is coming in? How much is going out? Of that is going out, let's say it's credit cards and student loans or whatever else that could change based on a Fed announcement, what are your numbers? Number 2, what is your margin? What is the difference between how much is coming in and how much is going out? And if there is a rate increase or a rate decrease, how does that affect your margin? And be prepared for that. Number 3, know your total interest costs. If you evaluate any decision against those 3 things, do it against those 3 things, not the headline, because you can only control what you can control. You can't control what the Fed does. You can't control what inflation does. These are things that are like rocking chairs. It gives you something to do and sit in, but you're not actually going anywhere. But if you can be prepared and just know your numbers. I have a buddy that he has what he calls First Fridays, and he does this every first Friday with his wife where they sit down, and it's a date night as well, but for the first hour, they're reviewing their finances. How was last month? What is on the horizon that could be more expensive for us? What could be cheaper? How can we save more? Or how could we invest more? I encourage everyone to do that. Speaker included. My wife and I, we do have a date night, but we have yet to start that. But I do have a running spreadsheet on my desktop that I'm always updating. And in fact, I'm not encouraging this because we have a couple here in the office that they are doing this, that they are plugging their information into AI. They're using Plaid and they're creating their own dashboard that is real-time updating basically their balance sheet and projecting forward what their financial future looks like. I have yet to get in a position where I trust it enough to give it that much information. But if you trust it, so be it. Yeah, plug it into AI. So just be prepared for these and stop living in fear based on what the Fed says. Yes, what their decisions are could have an impact on you, positive or negative. But just know that ahead of time and just pivot when those changes arise. Give you a good example. Let's say you have some credit card debt, but you have some equity in your home and the Fed adjusts interest rates up. Maybe you could get a promo rate home equity line of credit, because promo rates last for 12 months. The good news about HELOCs is the majority of them are free. Even the ones that aren't free, they're substantially cheaper than a mortgage closing cost. So you could say, all right, well, let me consolidate some of this debt, these credit cards that are going up to 18, 20, 24%, and let me consolidate it on something that's significantly cheaper. That way you can control your margin and increase your cash flow. Another good example is, let's say you have a car loan or 2 car loans. Car loans really eat up your cash flow positivity. Even if it has a low interest rate, heck, a $30,000 car at 1.9% financing, it sounds like a low rate, and it is, but it's still $552 a month. Well, if you were to roll that into, let's say, a home equity line of credit, even if the interest rate is higher, your minimum payment drops to roughly $100. Now, what could you do with that additional $452? Dump it right back into the HELOC to offset, even if it were at a higher interest rate. You're reducing balance from day one, therefore you're reducing interest long term. And it gives you more margin, it gives you more cash flow positivity, and especially inside of our strategy, it actually speeds up the process. What we want to focus on is total interest cost. And what is that margin between what you bring in versus what's going out? The wider that number is from income and expenses, the faster you speed up. In fact, we even have some clients, high income earners, who, and I'll give you an example, making $30,000 a month, but spending $15,000, but maybe they have $500,000 worth of total debt on their mortgage or anything else. They are almost interest rate immune. It doesn't matter what interest rates do, because they have $15,000 of cash flow positivity to constantly pound against the principal balance. This is the opposite of what a mortgage does. It's an amortized schedule. So in the first 5 or 10 years of a mortgage, your payment is structured and the amortization is structured so that the majority of the payment is going towards interest, not principal. Where in simple interest lines of credit, money that goes in goes to principal reduction first, then interest gets calculated the next day based on the new existing balance. So we just got to be more creative about these things and be wiser and just more intentional with our finances and be prepared for any adjustment, negative or positive. Again, thank you guys for watching. If you like this video, do me a favor, hit subscribe, maybe turn on the notifications so you can get more updates like this, and keep the comments coming, even the ones that are critical of us. It keeps us sharp, and we also find a lot of humor in it as well. So feel free to comment whether you agree or disagree, but be sure to back up your claim. Y'all take care. God bless.